everyone, welcome back to WHU TV. It's nice to see you. I hope you're keeping well. This is the preview of West Ham's second away game of the 23-24 Premier League season, where we travel to the south coast again, but this time we're going to the AMEX Stadium to take on Brighton and Hove Albion for 5:30 kickoff Saturday afternoon, live on Sky Sports. As always, guys, this video is sponsored by the channel sponsor, 3retro.com. Please click the link in the description below that will take you directly through to the West Ham section of their website, but as you can see from the icon up here, there's also Brighton gear in there as well. Some very nice retro gear, actually, to be honest with you, along with track jackets, polo shirts, sweatshirts and t-shirts made by Admiral and Umbro, so go check those out as well. Any purchases you make through the link in the description below, the commission that the channel would normally be getting, I'll be sending on, as I always say, to the charity Iron Supporting Food Banks. They're based in the Newham area, and they're helping those in the Newham area and the Essex County and further afield for that matter to help people put food on their tables in these very difficult times. Sorry, it's been a long day at work. So guys, go grab yourself a really nice retro gears, guys, or a very nice polo as well. You'll be saving yourself a few quid in comparison to your club shop, and you'll be helping those the less fortunate than you and I. So let's start off by talking about the officials, as we always do. The referee for this game, unfortunately, is Anthony Taylor. I can't think of anyone else really that could be worse than that, but we'll find out in the coming weeks. His assistants are Gary Bestwick and Adam Nunn. The fourth official is Sam Allison. On VAR, we have David Coote, and his assistant is Adrian Holmes. So, bar the main referee, who's a bit of an attention seeker, like most of the referees are nowadays, guys, that's not too bad. Now, before we come into the main crux of this video, Brighton and Hove Albion are a team that are run, as we'll talk about it a little bit later in more detail, but are a team that are run like how I want West Ham to be run. You know, they've done some fantastic work since coming up back to the Premier League. Where are we? 10 years ago now? 9-10 years ago? They're a very, very good run side, especially at a business level, and I'll come on to that in the meantime. But guys, as we know, our last 6 trips away to the AMEX Stadium, we've won sod all, drawn twice and lost 4 times. As we remember last time out, when towards the end of the season, we were beaten 4-0 by from goals from now former player and now playing for Liverpool, McAllister. He had £42 million move to Liverpool. It was penalty in the 18th minute. Veltman's goal on the 52nd. Mitoma on the 69th. And Welbeck's goal on the 89th. So, you know, as I say, they are a very, very well-drilled team, and I'll come on to that in a bit more detail as well. Now, David Moyes' record is equally as embarrassing against Brighton as it is with us. He's won sod all as well. He's drawn once and lost 3 times. Now, Brighton finished 6th last season in the Premier League on 62 points and joined us in the Europa League. And fair play to them. They deserve it. They genuinely do. I do think they kind of slipped under the radar a little bit last season. Brighton are a very, very good side, and they've made some very good signings. Centre forward João Pedro from Watford. You know, I've been a big fan of him. He couldn't exactly rip it up all that well with Watford, but they brought him in. He's a very good player. Goalkeeper for Bruges from Anderlecht. Centre back Igor from Fiorentina. We know what he's like. Right winger Mazulu from FC Vial, I think you pronounce that. They spent £74.2 million, plus they brought in James Milner on a free from Liverpool, and he played right back against Wolves. I don't know if he played right back at the start of the season for him as well, but he certainly did with the last away game. And centre midfielder even, Dahoud from, I think you pronounce that, Dahoud from Dortmund. They've also promoted Moran for the under-21s. But they've sold, as we know, Caicedo, or Saido, however the fuck you pronounce it, 116 million quid. Sanchez, 23 million, both to Chelsea. Karbronik to Hertha Berlin, 2.5 million. Kadra, who's a junior, to Stadia Reims, 1.9. Connolly, again, who's a junior, to Hull, 1.35 million. And Undav to Stuttgart and on loan, along with Simmer, Ario, Cemento, Sherpen, under 21 players, Rushworth, Weir, Turns, and Leonard, I should say, have also gone out on loan. Roberts has gone to Bristol on a free, and Richards has gone to QPR. I don't know if it's on a free or a transfer or a loan or what. It just says question mark on the transfer market. It's a bit weird from that point of view. But they have sold £187.5 million at the time of this recording, which means they're 180 £113.25 million in profit. They do this every single season, and this is the reason why they are such a prolific team in the Premier League. You know, they had a lot of times where they were floating around just knuckling over beating us, but knuckling over just over the bottom three every single season up until relatively recently. You know, obviously Graham Potter left them to go to Chelsea, and Robert De Zerbi's come in and done some fantastic work with them. He's continuing on that straight away. You know, at the end of the day, they've scored 8 goals from their first 2 games. Roberto De Zerbi likes a 4-2-3-1 formation in the same way David Moyes is. Out of the first 2 games they played, they've only conceded 2, and that was 1 apiece. And they've obviously earned 6 points in the top of the league as well, for that matter. That's 2 games in. I know there's, you know, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint, but they are a very, very good side. As I say, we talked about it with their transfer business. They'll run very, very well from that point of view. They bring in average players, make them good, sell them on. They started to bring in good players and make them absolutely fucking exceptional. And that's exactly what West Ham should be doing. Now, Brighton and Hove Albion's style of play is attacking down the left and also through the middle as well. They play with short passes, possession football. They have an aggressive press, and they like playing the offside trap. And they are very strong at finishing scoring chances and creating chances through individual skill as well. And are very still strong at creating chances in general and using through balls, attacking down both wings and counter-attack as well, for that matter, but they are weak at aerial duels, stopping opponents from creating chances and avoiding the offside trap themselves. So, kind of, in a way, kind of feels like a bit of fire and ice. From one point of view, that's West Ham's style of play in a hell of a lot, except the fact that we absorb the pressure and hit them on the break. These guys just fucking go at you. They really do, and we really need to have the best of sides out at the moment. Now, in terms of injuries, from Brighton's perspective, Moda and Inciso, I think it is, they are both out with a knee injury, and both are being assessed. So other than that, I mean, I watched the Wolves Brighton game. That was very entertaining last weekend. Very, very entertaining. And shit brick making at the same point. It really, really is. As I say, they're very good. They're very coordinated on De Zerbi. He seems to be pushing them to an absolute another level from what I'm looking at now. In terms of players to look out for, I mentioned it. João Pedro. He can produce some really, really nice touches every now and again. Sonny March has scored 3 goals in 2 games. Both of 2 goals have been at home as well, for that matter. Pedro Gross, I think it is, or Pablo Gross, whatever how you pronounce it. Welbeck as well. Matoma, 1 goal and 2 assists out of the first 2 games. Lewis Dunk, the goalkeeper, still is a very good goalkeeper. He's a little bit shaky here and there. Van Heek, I think you pronounce that. He's very good in the air. And Estupianen, or how the hell you pronounce it, he's a difficult one to do. Inciso would be as well, and I'm sure he'll be when it comes to playing at the London Stadium later on in the season. So yeah, we've really, really got our work cut out for us, guys. But turning to West Ham now. Fantastic to see that Mavropanos was officially confirmed at the start of this week. You know, great from the Chelsea game. James Ward-Prowse and Alvarez made their debuts. It looks like the Kudus deal is getting closer. It looks like the agent is starting to buckle a little bit in that terms. You know, apparently the player is really keen to come to us and is trying to get that Ajax to accept the deal to go through as quickly as possible. So hopefully, fingers crossed, by the end of the week, we'll have another player to come in, regardless of what is happening with Paquetá. You know, it's very, very good. From that point of view, Kudus was a target we were trying to bring in, apparently, even before this stuff with Paquetá came up, which we'll talk about another time because obviously not relevant to this game. What is relevant to this game is Aguerd is unavailable due to booking up 2 bookings. As we know, we defended fantastically well with 10 men and still was able to beat Chelsea. Kehrer missed the Chelsea game due to a sore neck, but apparently he should be back for this game. So, yeah, as a point of it, guys, we have a very, very strong team. A very, very strong team. It doesn't look like Mavropanos is going to be involved in this game. It looks like it's going to be too early for him. He didn't have any pre-season with Stuttgart, so I don't think that's going to happen in any shape or form. Personally, I know you guys ain't going to like this, but obviously because we're going to turn around talking about the starting 11 now, but I think we should go for a 3-4-2-1. I really think we should. And the reason being is because we've got a very, very good momentum. You know, 4 points from the first 2 games of the season is more than anybody would ever have predicted. I was hoping for 5 from the 3 games, so it's a hope. It wasn't a prediction in any shape or form. You know, it's been a very, very long time since the last time we picked up more than a point from 2 games, much less 3, at the start of any Premier League season. So it's you know, the confidence is there, the team is there with each other, playing for each other. Very, very obvious from the Chelsea performance. Can we pick this up and continue this on throughout the performance on Saturday afternoon against Brighton? Guys, by all means, please do make sure you like, share and subscribe, because we will be doing the watch along for the game from 5:15 on Saturday afternoon. But guys, this is the starting 11 that I would like to see. I don't think David Moyes is going to do this in any shape or form. It might be quite close. I've made one change and one change only. So the starting 11 team may be the same, but if David Moyes matches De Zerbi's 4-2-3-1, he's an idiot, quite frankly. I do think we should have this more attacking side. I know a lot of people go, oh, it's more defensive, but it's both. It's both attacking and defensive. And this is the starting 11 that I'm hoping we're going to put out. Areola in goal, with a back 3 of Ogbonna, Kehrer and Zuma. Soufal and Emerson as the wing-backs, with Paquetá and Ward-Prowse in the midfield, with Bowen and Fornals supporting Antonio up front. So thank you very much for your time, guys. Put your comments in the comment section below. I should have said at the start of it. You'll see in the description anyway, in the little lines, there's timestamps everywhere. So yeah, but anyway, guys, put your thoughts in the comment section below. Give me some score predictions, actually, as well, for that matter. And hopefully you won't be an arsehole Brighton fan talking about giving Bill shit for putting a comment in during the game, because when you do that, you lose. And that's what happened last time. But guys, thank you very much for watching. Like, share and subscribe. Take care. And unless the kudos deal goes through, you'll see me on Saturday afternoon for the watch along. Enjoy the rest of your week and the start of your weekend, guys, and I'll see you very, very soon. All the best now. Take care.